And we are here at Super Bowl week here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'm Jason Romano. I'm here on the podcast with Lorenzo Alexander from the Buffalo Bills. Lorenzo and I have known each other a few years, done some work at the Broadcast Boot Camp. And this year, you're actually doing work with the Broadcast Boot Camp in a way at this Broadcast Bowl.
Right,
Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been great. Carla Lyde, one of the player engagement officers over at the NFL, reached out to me about midway through the season. Said they'll have a few guys down for Super Bowl to do media row and have some opportunities to either host or be interviewed and to get some great feedback from some professionals. And, like with anything that you ever do, the feedback and the constructive criticism is key. And it's something I want to do when I'm done, and I want to be good at it. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to come down here and partake. So it's been good so far. Just want to continue to get some more opportunities and continue to work and continue to improve.
What's the hardest thing you think about sort of doing this, being in broadcasting? What's the hardest thing?
The hardest thing for me in particular is the interview process, especially if I don't know a guy. I mean, if you know somebody and have a rapport with them, it's easy to kind of go back and forth, right? It's a natural conversation.
Right.
Sometimes if you whether it's maybe a Hall of Famer you don't know or somebody just from around the league or a celebrity, like especially this time because they're just pulling guys in at you.
Everywhere, yeah.
You don't know what to ask, or you may have a set of questions that you wanted to ask them and then they go off on their own tangent and you have to follow along and now come up with some new questions that's part of the conversation. So that's always been my struggle, and I just want to continue to be able to prove in that.
You just finished year 13, still going strong, and I would say your best 2 seasons statistically have been the last 2.
Yeah, they have, and it all comes down to opportunity.
Yeah.
I think my role has changed in the NFL, and I've gotten an opportunity to play, and now my coaches are using me more just as a special teams ace. I'm getting to play some significant defensive snaps, and I'm trying to make the most of them. I have some great coaches and teammates around me that allow me to play at a high level still, so I'm still enjoying the game.
That's awesome. Now we're talking to Lorenzo Alexander here on the Sports Spectrum podcast. I want to ask you about your season, just how you felt. I mean, it was a good season. I thought the Bills made the playoffs for the first time in forever, which was wonderful.
Well, if you ask everybody knows it's the 17-year drought. This was year 18, and we was able to break through.
Yeah.
But it's like any season, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of perseverance. And it was great. One thing I loved about this team that we stayed together, stuck it through, because through the middle of that, we had a hard stretch of 3 games where we lost, couldn't stop anybody on defense, couldn't do anything on offense. But I think Sean did a great job this year of building relationships and really talking about, we talk about the process, but Kaizen, and that's continuing to get better throughout the season. And you'll have some dips and lows throughout there, but you always want to be on an upward trajectory, and we were able to do that as a team. For 16 games, and that's why we're able to find ourselves where we wanted to be in the playoffs this year.
You played in the snowiest game I think I've ever seen, and you're laughing because you were mic'd up by NFL Films.
And that's all you heard.
That's all I heard. Was like, I can't believe it. What was that like?
I'm a California boy. I grew up in Oakland, California, and I've never seen snow like that in my life, and it was ridiculous. I called it video game weather. The only time I've ever seen snow like that was playing Madden, and you put the weather all the way up and make it snowy. But NFL Films was doing like a mic up segment with me, and they couldn't see me. They followed around the wrong guy majority of the game, and so all we really got out was great laughter out of me, great audio, but it was fun.
And you won the game.
We did win. That made it better.
Yeah, of course.
But you out there high kneeing, slipping and falling, stowing your face mask. I mean, it was fun, especially because we came out to win.
Now, one more football question. The Patriots, obviously, every year it seems like they're here, and you game plan for them the last 2 years and trying to stop them on offense. Walk our listeners through what it's like to try and game plan for this team, and then when you're actually on the field and you're seeing what you see.
What they do is not complicated. They do what they do at a very high level and do it well and very consistent. They don't make any mistakes.
Right.
And if they do, maybe early in the game and they're able to bounce back from it, they make great adjustments throughout the game. Obviously, Tom Brady and Belichick are the best duel probably ever that the NFL will ever see. But when you got on the field, I mean, they just have a calm and poise about them that, even if they're down by 21 or down by 14 like we saw when they was playing Jacksonville or down by whatever that was, 13 points.
Yes,
they come right back because they know they've been there. They understand that let's just be calm, stick to our game plan, this work, this is going to be here. We've overcome this before, and they do it. And people are surprised, but I'm not because I've seen it over and over and over again. So why be surprised about something that they continue to do?
They're amazing to watch. Let me ask you about your faith. Obviously, I know you're a strong believer.
Right.
You trust in Christ, and that's a big part of your life. Walk us through what it's like to be a strong follower of Jesus and still be a football player throughout the season, staying grounded?
Yeah,
That type of,
I think it's all in this one thing. I'm not a football player or whatever your job is. I'm a Christian in my foundation, and then whatever I go decide to do, that's part of my platform or my job or my work. And that just comes out and bleeds out, whether I'm a host, NFL host, a football player, a father at home. It just kind of comes out, and I just try to consistently, stay in the Word. We have a great team chaplain, Lynn Vanderboss, that does a great job of having team chapels. We have one on obviously the game day, and then we also meet during the week as a group. We have couple study, so we're constantly trying to feed ourselves the Word, so it becomes part of us and who we are. Because we're, obviously, like you said, we're more than football players.
Yeah.
Being Christ-centered, makes everything better.
Yeah. Now talk about let me ask you this. So for Football Sunday we're doing this year, over 2,000 churches are going to be showing this video, which has football players sharing their testimony.
Right.
This will be my last question. Let me ask you about seek, serve, and surrender.
Right.
That's the theme that we're looking at for Football Sunday this year. What does it mean when you hear seek, serve, and surrender as a follower?
Obviously they all mean a little bit different things, but this kind of, seeking out God, I haven't always been a believer. I gave my life over to Christ right when Sean Taylor passed, so 2007, really made me reflect on who I was. And I had some other guys, James Thrash, Antron Randall L., our team chaplain, Pastor Brett. And before that time, I wasn't seeking God at all. I had an emptiness in my heart. I didn't know how to feel it. But because of those guys, I said, let me start seeking God. So, I came in contact with people that were living out the Christian faith and being evangelical about it and sharing it just about who they were, and then also sharing some scripture and just serving me, essentially. I was getting all of it and didn't know what it meant. But I think once you find Christ and give your life to Him, now it's about seeking Him every single day. Am I surrendering my life over to Him every single day? My will for His will.
Right.
And it's in anything. 1 year I got released from Arizona Cardinals, played a great game. Everybody on the team was shocked that I got released. Ended up going to Oakland. Everybody else was like, oh. But I had some experience before. I said, okay, God is doing something in this.
Yeah.
What is it? Let me look for it. I wasn't woe is me. I was looking for Him in that instance, and it happened to be a cousin of mine that I grew up with. We were like brothers. He had been in prison for a significant amount of time, and he got out of jail when I got sent to Oakland. So it had nothing to do with football, but I was there to help him re-engage into the community, re-engage into our family, because he was very nervous about that. And that's why I was sent to Oakland, for no other reason but to have that relationship with him. And football was just something that I did while I was there, but really just focusing on that relationship and helping him out.
That's awesome. He is Lorenzo Alexander, Buffalo Bills linebacker, here as part of the broadcast bowl at the Super Bowl. It's great talking to you, my friend. Let's catch up again soon.
Yeah, always.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Boom. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. Yep.
That was really good.
Yeah, thanks.